And number five, paying brand name for everything.
Paying brand name for everything?
What did I say?
You said paying brand name for everything.
You guys have no idea the day we've had on YouTube. And I don't even realize what I'm saying. I'm just moving forward knowing I said something. Woo.
I personally pay off-brand for some things. Welcome to the channel, guys. If you're beginning in your investing journey, you're in the right place because today we're going to be talking about 10 common expenses that are draining your wallet and keeping you broke.
Stop wasting money on that dumb shit and instead put it in investment. I know it's tempting. You'll spend it and be broke again.
The first one we're going to start out with is high interest debt, because that is going to be draining you. If you go and just keep carrying a credit card balance, it's going to feel like a never-ending battle. You're just going to have that force of interest pulling against you.
All right, number two, and this affects some people a lot more than it does others, but a lot of people, I mean, us included, struggle with this from time to time, is impulse buys. Ask yourself before you actually swipe the card or hand over that cash, do I really need this? Because some studies suggest that 90% of consumers are making impulse purchases, and the average American spends over $5,400 annually on impulse buys alone.
Yeah, and Amazon has made this so easy.
Dangerous.
First, Amazon just making it where you get 2-day shipping.
Yeah.
Then Amazon making it where you can just about buy anything in the world. Like anything out there you can imagine, Amazon's got it. And now third, there's even like the button at the bottom where you don't even have to go to your cart. You can just buy now. They just make it easier and easier to do impulse buys. That's cool. Buy. Like it's made it too easy.
They know what they're doing.
Oh, absolutely. Because that's what people will do. They'll have these impulse buys no matter the price. I need it now. And then it's like, all right, it can be here tomorrow.
Yep.
So that is a big thing to keep an eye out for. And the biggest, easiest trick is to add it to your cart, wait 24 hours or even 12 hours, sleep on it, wait a little bit, and then check again. Maybe it wasn't as big of a deal as I thought. I'll just push it down the road, or I don't want to buy that. I just thought I did.
Yeah.
Jumping into number three, subscriptions you don't use.
Yeah.
I don't even want to necessarily push this on the consumer. Like, you really want to watch this one show, it's only on this platform. This show's only on this platform. So it's kind of being done to us, less to me than we're all going out and buying these subscriptions.
Yeah.
So it is gotten crazy. And again, just be vigilant of that. I know there's Rocket Money that'll go out there and find all those subscriptions and say, hey, we can cancel these for you if you don't use this. But that can help if you don't know about them. For the most part, you should know. I use Netflix, I use Hulu, I never use Peacock, or I never use this one. Just cancel those. Or 1 month to the next. Use Netflix for 1 month and then Peacock for the next, and then Hulu for the next.
It's an interesting approach right there.
Yeah.
But hey, I mean, I've fallen victim to this too, where I'll try a free trial of something and I forget about it.
Absolutely.
And then I see it on my bank statement, and I'm like, what even is this? And you're like, oh my gosh, I've been paying it for the last 3 months.
Yeah.
So, I mean, checking your bank statements and everything, and checking, or like Ryan said, there's an app there's a couple apps out there that'll check what subscriptions you're not using. So
in the description, we'll put our affiliate link, so it will help us a little bit, but it won't be any additional cost to you, and just the link to go straight to the Rocket Money app, and you can check it out yourself. We both use it. I actually very much enjoy it.
Yeah.
We could do a whole review on that, but please go check that out, and I think it helps a lot. It helps a lot of people know what subscription they're even paying for.
Yeah, and it's not just for subscriptions, guys. Great for budgeting and all that kind of stuff.
Absolutely.
All right, and probably one of the most common expenses that a lot of people deal with is eating out too often.
Absolutely.
I mean, we've both talked about how if money was no object, we'd probably always eat out.
Yeah,
I mean,
every meal.
Yeah, cooking can be a bit of a hassle, and it takes a long time. And I mean, back when you were a kid and you hear your mom complain, I was doing this for hours and all this, and then you get an adult, she was right. Oh, golly. You know, it took me 30 minutes just to make a grilled cheese. I could only imagine making a real meal. But it does save you a lot of money, so don't overindulge in the sense of, oh, fast food today, I'm going to go out tonight also, and just repeat that cycle. Because that can be a huge drain on your wallet. Because, I mean, a lot of the stuff, frankly, is marked up.
We did find a study that said the average American spends about $3,000 annually on dining out. Honestly, I thought that was going to be a little bit higher.
Yeah.
One, with prices as high as they are and expensive as they are, plus how often I feel like a lot of people go out. I myself included, I go out a few times, not anything crazy, maybe once a week, maybe. And I'm like, oh, man, that drained us. That was hundreds of dollars we spent on that. So I'm kind of surprised it's not higher.
Yeah.
And also, it's become almost a little unaffordable to even go out. So definitely try and save a little bit of money. And you don't have to cut it out completely. Just cut it out to maybe go to cheaper restaurants or go less frequently. It might help a little bit. And number five, buying only brand name things. You will not see me wear many brand name things. Yeah. And if you do, I either got that at a discount store or someone bought it for me, because it's just not something I really prioritize or care about. There's so many different brands, or off brands, I guess you could say. Whether it comes to clothing, it comes to food at the grocery store. You don't always need to buy name brand things. For example, Trader Joe's and Aldi,
Mm.
they're so much cheaper than other grocery stores. They have great things.
And
Trader
sometimes
Joe's,
it tastes better.
I was going to say, Trader Joe's is amazing
Yeah.
food. And then you're going to tell me that they have all their own brand, but the name brand is better. I just don't think I can make sense of paying for that name brand when I can go to places like that.
Yeah.
It's cheaper and it's better sometimes, or a lot of times, all honesty. And it's cleaner ingredients, all of that. So same thing with clothes. I feel like a lot of these clothes are so competitive, like they're very similar, that it doesn't make sense to buy the name brand other than to flaunt to everybody else. I bought name brand.
Yeah, I see it on a runway, and I'm like, that's just silly. No offense to anybody. I mean, some people make it look really good with some high end stuff, but then you'll see somebody who's like spent $30 on their whole outfit, and they look better than everyone else in the room. So you don't have to buy a name brand to suddenly be perceived as higher than or better than everyone else. That's just not really a thing. I know a lot of people perceive that everyone's kind of judging them off name brand, but I assure you they're not. Most people aren't concerned with what other people are doing. Everyone's dealing with their own stuff. So don't be concerned about name brands.
I can't wait for our outfits to be roasted in the comments.
Yeah, I don't even. This is blank.
Could be.
All right, guys, and kind of with the same mindset of the whole not used subscriptions thing, an unused gym membership. I mean, if you look it up, a lot of gyms make most of their money from people who never step foot in the gym. You know, they sign up because they got good aspirations and a good idea of what they're going to do, but they just fall a little bit short. I mean, it happens. It's not the end of the world, but the reality is you need to cancel that membership because it's just draining your wallet. And a lot of these gyms can be pretty expensive. I mean, they range from anywhere from a few dollars a month to $100 a month. And let's say you buy a trainer and all this stuff, and you're spending $400 a month, and you're not even going to the gym. That's just a massive drain on your wallet.
That sounds so personal.
Yeah, I've stumbled across it myself a few times from here and there, but you could be investing that money somewhere else, or saving it, or doing all these different things with it that would be a much better use of that money.
And number 7, this isn't something you necessarily go out and buy that you can avoid, but at the same time, you want to try and avoid late fees and penalties.
Yeah.
If you know that for whatever reason you're not good about remembering your credit card due date, maybe just put it in your calendar or set yourself a reminder.
Yeah.
Or
there's certain software that automate it.
Yeah, that's true. So just try and avoid those late fees. They can be hefty.
Oh.
And also all of those penalties in terms of your balance is too low, so they charge you a fee for keeping the account open. To me, that's just ridiculous. Fees like that. And our best thought is to go and look at credit unions because usually they're lower fees.
Yeah.
They don't have those minimum fees. They don't have big, expensive account fees to open an account. Do your best to avoid those penalties and late fees if you can.
Yeah. And a little side note, on top of fees and everything, a lot of times there will be these benefits that you signed up for, and then you don't realize you're no longer getting because, like, let's say there's a minimum balance thing, and I fall below that, so I get charged a fee for not meeting the minimum balance, but I also don't earn interest on it anymore and all this kind of stuff. So it can kind of double down on certain things. So just being vigilant is really how you avoid a lot of this stuff.
And this next one's a great one. Number 8 is unnecessary upgrades.
Yeah.
There's too many people, I feel like, that have the iPhone 13 and upgrade to the 14 or 15. It's so similar at that point, you don't necessarily need to. Now, if you got the iPhone 7 over here.
I was just thinking, I should run and grab my iPhone 7.
And
I'm a testament to this.
Not even like the iPhone 7 Plus or whatever it was, the iPhone 7 Pro, whatever they had back then. Just the iPhone base 7. And you upgrade to the 12, that's worth it. That's a big change. But from the 12 to the 13, I just don't know. Like,
I charge my 7 every hour and it works fine.
The new Mac every year, anything like that.
Yeah. Cars is a big one.
Upgrades that are too frequent are unnecessary.
Yeah, and people get lost a lot of times in the jargon. I've gotten arguments with people before of, oh, well, this is a new feature, and they throw all these numbers at me like, oh, it's 6.7 gigajoules. That's not even the correct terminology, heads up. But they'll throw out all these words. They don't even know what it means, but they realize it's higher than what they previously had. Like, as normal people, a lot of times these advancements, you'll never be able to tell the difference. And moving right along with that is kind of these overpriced drinks and snacks and everything. I know a lot of people hate hearing that. Sometimes I do too. Everyone's like, oh, just stop going out for coffee and everything. It's like, oh, well.
I enjoy that little coffee.
Yeah. So this is all kind of in moderation and everything. A lot of this will be helped with that whole name brand thing. I used to be like, I'm only eating name brand Pop-Tarts and all this stuff. Well, the Great Value brand isn't that bad, honestly. Some of you may come at me, and there are certain things that, this kind of is counterintuitive to what we've been saying, but like applesauce, there's only one good applesauce. It's the Mott's or whatever it is. Every other applesauce, I'm like, this is disgusting. I don't know what it is. So you can have your thing, but honestly, there's a lot of ways to save.
When it comes to snacks, maybe go to Walmart and get snacks. Maybe don't go to the gas station. Every time you stop for gas, you don't have to stop in and get a bunch of food. Those are going to be ridiculously overpriced.
Yeah.
Maybe just do that. Maybe that way can save you money instead of cutting it out completely. So again, we're not saying you got to cut out and completely change your life. But one, it's kind of a mindset thing. So think in that manner. But two, it's also a lot of small changes lead to massive changes.
Yeah. And DoorDash and Uber Eats are always easy until I see the final price tag. I'm like, but then sometimes I do still buy it because I'm like, I already made the whole order. Golly, those random fees that they start adding at the end, it's too much. I've stopped doing delivery foods lately.
Before Taylor goes on a rant.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for watching. Please share this with a friend. Don't forget to like this video. Subscribe to our channel. We're looking forward to seeing you guys in the next one.
Stop wasting money on that dumb shit and instead put it in investment. I know it's tempting. You'll spend it and be broke again.